Teachers Animal Training. I'm Laura King, and I'm here to help you train your dogs and cats to be therapy animals and adventure pets. October is here, which means it is time to think about our pets and Halloween, because Halloween is less than a month away at this point. While we might love Halloween with the costumes, the candy, and all sorts of fun, it can definitely be a different story for our pets. In fact, for them, it's usually a little spooky, scary, right? A little more on the stressful side. So I want to encourage you today to think about the experiences that your pet will go through this month, and especially on Halloween itself, so that we can make a training plan throughout the month to address our pets' concerns, fears, stressors, so that they can enjoy Halloween as much as we do. Already in the middle of the summer, it felt like there were big animatronic Halloween decorations for sale in pet-friendly stores like Lowe's. And getting your pet to go past those may be a little bit more of a struggle than you thought it would be. They not only move strangely compared to normal people, they look different, they make funny sounds. They can be frightening for a lot of pets to walk by, whether you're in a pet-friendly store or in your own neighborhood where your neighbor has their house just decked out for Halloween and probably got it set up at the beginning of September because they love Halloween so much, right? So we want to make sure that we are preparing our pets to handle things like that, because after Halloween, we start getting Christmas decorations out and have big inflatables in the yard. So there will be things that may be spooky and frightening in the yard. So if you're not sure how your pet reacts to those, you might want to seek them out to see what their reaction's like, and then make a plan for how to make them calmer and more confident around those things. Or do that beforehand, before you even seek it out, might even be better. How often do you wear a costume with a funky hat or a mask, or everyone else around you? Probably not every day. I don't know you though, maybe you do. So that can be confusing or frightening to our pets. Heck, some pets even react just to someone wearing a baseball hat if they've never seen a baseball hat or something like that on. So a full-on costume, a mask, a giant hat, those can definitely be scary, and we want to think about that and start getting our pets used to your Halloween costume, or maybe even some other ones before the big day, so they're not totally freaked out about it. And talking about costumes, of course, your pet might have a costume too, because who can resist an adorable Halloween photo shoot with their pets? But if they don't wear coats or clothing on a regular basis, or especially many pet Halloween costumes have hats for our pets, if that's not something they're used to, you might struggle to get a cute picture, because they might not even keep that hat on long enough. They're just going to paw it right off. Or they might freeze and be uncomfortable because they're not used to wearing clothing at all. So figuring out your costume now, this week, ordering it, making it, whatever your plan is a great idea, so that you can spend time throughout the month getting your pet comfortable wearing that costume. And then when Halloween rolls around, you can have your adorable photo shoot and you're not stressing your pet out or making them uncomfortable. You might say, why do all that work if we're only going to wear a costume once a year? Well, it can also be beneficial if you do need to put a coat on your pet in the winter when it gets down to negative whatever. Or maybe you are training your pet as a therapy animal and they need to be comfortable wearing their therapy dog vest. Getting them comfortable in a costume is going to help them be comfortable in those situations too. So it doesn't hurt, but it can be spooky if we don't work on it throughout this month. And don't forget about the doorbell ringing or the knocking. If you're passing out candy on Halloween, that's probably the most doorbell rings and knocks you're going to get all year at one time. And if your pet's reactive to that, that can be stressful. So we want to start desensitizing them to those sounds now, so they can do better on Halloween, and setting up a plan to make it be easier for them to be calm. Lastly, with Halloween comes candy, and of course that can be spooky, scary, stressy if our pets eat it, right? If there's something with artificial sugar like xylitol or even chocolate, it would take a good amount of chocolate to be really detrimental, but we don't want to let that happen. So we want to make sure that our pets know a good leave it command, that we're being aware and keeping the dangerous candies away from them, or really all candy, because pets certainly don't need candy. They have enough treats of their own. So what I'd love for you to do this week is to think about all these things we just talked about. Think about the different distractions that pop up on Halloween, and think about how your pet does with them. Maybe you've dressed your pet up every day. You love dressing them up. They love wearing clothes because maybe they're a hairless breed or one that gets chilled easily. Great. Costumes might not be so hard for you then. That's awesome. But maybe people wearing costumes is what's going to spook them out. Or those crazy, noisy, spooky Halloween yard decorations that they have to walk by in your neighborhood. Or the doorbell going off constantly for a whole night. Whatever it is, you know your pet best and you know it's going to be hard for them. So think about that, write it down, and start thinking about training you can do to get them more comfortable in those situations. If you're struggling with that, don't worry. Every Tuesday throughout October, I'll be sharing tips for desensitizing your pet to the doorbell, getting comfy in their costume, helping them to be calm no matter what's going on around them, and even just some quick safety tips to help set our pets up for as much success as possible before Halloween rolls around. So those tools are going to help you and your pet to stay calm and confident and actually enjoy Halloween together. But right now, your homework is to just think about what might be hard about Halloween, what might be scary about Halloween for your pet. And then next week, we'll start digging in to how to address those concerns and making sure that we're training our pet not just for everyday life, but for those special occasions like Halloween when there may be added stressors that we don't necessarily encounter all year long. So make sure to tune in next week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central. Together, we're going to make sure that your pet has a stress-free Halloween. I'll see you then.